Can I stop the IRS from garnishing my paycheck? I'm Darren T. Mish. They call me the IRS solution attorney. That's a difficult question. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And I know that sounds like your typical lawyer answer, and I really do apologize for that. My interest here is just to get you the information that you're looking for. So let me try and explain where I'm coming from. The IRS doesn't really want to garnish your paycheck, honestly. They just want you to work out something. And a lot of times what stops people from being able to stop an IRS wage garnishment, we call it an IRS wage levy, is that they're not current with their filing obligations and or their estimated tax payments. More commonly, it's they're missing tax returns. They haven't filed in a while. They might be missing 1, 2, 3, 10, 15 tax returns. And the IRS is not going to deal with you. They're not going to explore any collection alternatives like an installment agreement, an offer in compromise, a hardship determination with you if you're not current. So that's one of the biggest hurdles there, is that you find yourself being garnished by the IRS, but you've got 3 tax returns that need to be filed, but you don't have any money to hire somebody to prepare the tax returns, and you're certainly out of practice because it's been a while since you filed a tax return, and it's just kind of like this vicious catch-22. And it's really hard for you to come up with the money to hire a professional in order to get the wage garnishment lifted. So it's just really kind of a challenging time. One of the things that you're going to have to do if you're going to represent yourself in this situation, because you don't have the money to hire a professional or whatever, is you're going to have to call the IRS, and you're basically going to be in a position where you're begging. I'm going to be totally forthright and honest with you, like I'm always going to be. Getting IRS wage levies released, not my favorite thing, and I'll tell you why. Just from a pure honesty standpoint, is I like to work on things where I've got a little bit of leverage. I've got a little bit to work with. In an IRS wage levy situation, a lot of times I got nothing but begging, and it's just not a position of power. But you may find yourself in a situation where if you're not going to hire a rep, you just have to call the IRS, and you're just going to have to beg them. You're going to have to tell them what your particular circumstances are. Now there is like a little hope here. If the IRS wage levy is causing you what's called an economic hardship, then the IRS must release the levy. So an economic hardship is defined as the inability to pay for life's basic, necessities, things like food, clothing, shelter, medical care, transportation, child care, things like that. If you can demonstrate that you're in that situation, then they must release the levy. Now here's a little tip. If you go through the process, you ask the IRS to release the levy, and they're just being, hard-nosed about it, and they won't do it, then what I want you to do is I want you to look up on the IRS website Form 911. Form 911 is for emergencies, and you fax that to your local taxpayer advocate service. You're going to have to Google that too. I practice in all 50 states. I certainly don't have the taxpayer advocate fax numbers memorized for every state, and most states have more than one. So you're going to fill out that form. It's very simple. It's like, who are you? What's your problem? What do you want? So you're going to tell them, here's who I am. My problem is I have a wage levy or garnishment, and I need it released because it's causing me an economic hardship. I mean, that's where you're going with trying to get an IRS wage levy released. Is you got to try to get current if you can, and if you can get current, if that's not an issue, then you're going to try and enter into an installment agreement, or ask them for a hardship determination, or ask them for some time to file an offer in compromise. That's pretty much how it's done. If you have more questions about this topic or others, I invite you to visit our website at getirshelp.com, or give us a call at 888-438-6474. That's 888-GET-MISH.